Welcome to the Big Four Accounting Firms podcast, brought to you by big4accountingfirms.com. In today's podcast, we're going to cover some rumors that the Big Four accounting firms are doing mid-year raises. Apparently, PwC in some locations might be doing a mid-year raise of about 5%. And I mean, that would be really good news. And the reason they would be doing this is because of inflation, or that's what's being talked about online. And I do think it's possible that the Big Four accounting firms are doing mid-year raises. And I think this could be for multiple reasons, not just inflation, but also just because we're still in the middle of the Great Resignation. People are quitting their jobs at a pretty drastic rate all over the place, but especially in the U.S. And there's more and more job openings too. And I think at some point you face a pipeline issue as far as talent goes in the Big Four accounting firms, because there's only so many people that are graduating from accounting programs every year. And I know the Big Four accounting firms do more than just accounting, they do advisory, but even, let's say, a broader scope of people just graduating college in general, you're going to reach a limit. And you can't get every one of those people because you're competing with not only other Big Four accounting firms, but also consulting firms. And there's just more and more boutique consulting firms. And you also are very limited on how many companies you can acquire just because of the due diligence that you can do as a Big Four accounting firm. And so it would make sense that they're doing a mid-year raise, and 5% would not be that much. But I think there would be a caveat to the Big Four accounting firms doing this. I think it would be location and country specific. And then also, the main reason they would be doing this is because they've won huge contracts and they need people to fulfill the work. Normally, the Big Four accounting firms, they're not going to do this, especially with uncertainty in the economy, with supply chain issues and inflation, unless they've won significant contracts. And I think they have won significant contracts in government works, and also for companies that do work for the government, and just big businesses too, because big businesses are winning are just doing really well right now. And, as the COVID issues keep on persisting, small businesses suffer and big businesses are able to use their influence to gain more market share. And that's exactly what the Big Four accounting firms do. So I do think it's possible. And I think if the Big Four accounting firms are going to do this, they're doing it because they've assessed the risk and they realize they have enough revenue to maintain additional compensation expense, but they don't have the people to do it, and they can't really recruit as many people as they would like, because that's what they normally do. So they're trying to maintain the workforce that they have. So I think that's some good news, and I think that is in line with previous advice that I've given on this podcast of people need to strike while the iron is hot. While the economy is really, really hot right now, especially in professional services, I'll say that. So people need to make as many gains as they can as far as promotions, raises, all while this is going on. Don't be humble during this period. Look out for yourself. Make sure that you're taking advantage of this. And I think it also speaks to PwC and how they compensate their employees, and they're a really good accounting firm for as far as compensation goes at the lower levels. I think you're going to earn the most there, just because of the number of employees versus the revenue, and just the way that they approach their employees versus the other Big Four accounting firms. And so I think that's some good news, and we'll keep you guys up to date on that. So make sure to subscribe to this podcast and to stay up to date on, any future updates on this story, and also check out the show notes for useful links. Thanks for listening.